Cardiff, in South Wales. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and trouble has erupted outside a busy nightclub. It's in a part of town covered by CCTV cameras. Somebody involved has reacted angrily, seeming to drive at a pedestrian and then racing off. Before the altercation gets out of hand, operators are calling in the local constabulary and traffic cop PC Ben Thomas.
I knew he'd been involved in the fight or the disturbance, and he was trying his best to get away. The camera operator focused on that vehicle and gave out a running commentary on the direction of travel for this car.
Whatever happened, the driver's in a hurry to get away.
Just trying to catch up with it now. Doing in excess of 70 miles an hour there, and that's motorway speeds, you know, in the town centre, is very dangerous.
But he can't escape the cameras. They've guided PC Thomas onto his tail. The driver's seen the light, the blue flashing light. He knows he can't get away.
He decided that what he'd done was stupid enough and pulled over.
I give up. I ain't going nowhere. I lost my license.
Get out. Get out.
At this time of the morning, PC Thomas is taking no chances. It's straight out with the cuffs. No questions asked.
Male in custody, first right under the bridge off Clare Road.
As soon as I get out the vehicle, I front up to these people, don't take a backward step, and be, if you like, the aggressor. Even a big ugly fella like me, you know, you can still think, well, you know, you don't know who's going to step out of that car. He might be bigger and uglier than me.
You stay there, buddy. You stay there. You close that door.
Thankfully, the passenger's not too big or too ugly.
This window's open. You close that door. You close that door.
If I met with aggression then, obviously, it can turn curly. But more often than not, you can usually shout them down and they'll, you know, they sort of do what they're told.
Get in. Get in. Yeah, I got both vehicles. I got the driver and a passenger.
Fortunately, I knew backup wasn't far away because of the nature of the call. The van turned up shortly after, along with my sergeant, Pat, and obviously the situation was well under control.
Who's the one responsible? Him, is it? There was no one else. It's just him and the front seat passenger.
The passenger was eventually grabbed by divisional officers who turned up. They found a substantial amount of cash on him.
Deep breath and blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Marvellous.
The breath test's negative. The way the man drove was nothing to do with drinking.
At this moment in time, you're under arrest for failing to stop and for dangerous driving.
He's gone through 3 red lights at speed. The first one being just, you know, pure luck that he's gone through there and not hit anything. Fortunately, he's given up. He didn't seem to care. I don't know whether he didn't realise the severity of the charges he was facing, or whether he just didn't give a toss, or whether he was just that sort of person.
Either way, he's going to the police station for questioning.
The way you came out of town, you're lucky I'm going to deal with you the way that I'm intending to deal with you. Yeah? Otherwise we'd be in Crown Court now next week and you'd be up for dangerous driving and looking at going over the wall.
The man's still not bothered. He's more interested in automatic transmissions.
Do you have to use a Triptonic on this?
Aye.
Fortunately, it's one of PC Thomas's favourite subjects.
And the flappy paddles and all sorts.
This is it. Do you drive with a traction control off?
No, we're not allowed to turn it off now.
Is it?
They've taken the button off it.
That's extra 50 bhp gone down the drain there, man. What's the point of having a nice car like this for police officers? What would you prefer if this was a T5?
This?
More smart, innit?
He's a bit of a petrol head, and all he wanted to talk about was the car I drove and, you know, whether I preferred the BMW to the T5. And he obviously didn't know much about cars, but he thought he did. They both got locked up on the night. Mohammed Abdin, the driver, he was arrested for the driving offences. Dangerous driving and failing to stop.
Upstairs, PC Thomas is able to get a better idea of what happened earlier, thanks to instant replay.
Is this the melee that's going on now, is it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be the driver, yeah.
Yeah, it's him. Smacked him in the face.
By the time we'd collected all our evidence up, there wasn't enough time to interview him that night. So it was passed on to the day shift.
I think you're in the right place at the right time, actually. When I panned the camera around, you were right behind it.
You need the cameras in town placed in the positions they're at and the quantity that there are, because you never know what they're going to catch.
In Cardiff, there are more than 300 of them, keeping an ever-watchful eye out. 60 years ago, the author George Orwell ominously foretold that one day everyone would be under surveillance. In our big cities, that day is almost upon us. But instead of a weapon of evil, they are regarded by most people as a force for good.
The CCTV that we use in Cardiff is an instrumental tool in ensuring that individuals can go about their everyday normal business without they being fallen victims of any sort of crime.
On the outskirts of Cardiff, at the traffic cops' base, the night shift is back on duty. Before they hit the road, there's just time for breakfast. PC Thomas is famous amongst his hungry workmates for sharing his wife's treats.
The day shift sort of hang around because they want to see what's in my tin of plenty.
Like Starsky and Hutch, cops and donuts were made for each other. And so are Mrs. T's muffins.
They are something to behold, aren't they? They are nice muffins.
Nice and moist. Nothing like a moist muffin off my wife before work.
And there's nothing like a muffin to impress the boss, Sergeant Di Patalano.
I've got some very good characters on my shift, and once you've got the formalities of a briefing out of the way, we have a quick cup of tea and a muffin. I send them out on the various areas, and we do get the job done, but we work hard and we play hard.
Patalano is a hands-on sergeant. He likes to be in the driver's seat, especially in his BMW.
I just like my cars. Very confident in PC Thomas's driving, but I find with anything, I'm not a very good passenger. I like to be in control.
Big Brother's prying eyes are not confined to CCTV. An anonymous tip-off has come in from a member of the public.
Dark blue BMW 525, currently parked outside the shops on Windward Road.
It's a suspected drink driver.
And the driver is steaming drunk.
Tango Echo 2-1 making our way.
And the 2-1 that's taking us, mate.
No, there's a row of shops just up here now.
Bakers and whatnot.
Oh, hang on, there's a Beamer there.
We've got there reasonably quickly, hopefully, to catch this fella before he drives too far.
That's the fella.
The traffic cops have got their own surveillance camera
What's the focus like on that?
built into their BMW.
Can you see whether he's in the car?
It's got a big headrest in it, so I don't know.
We've plotted up, albeit in a marked car, which stands out like a sore thumb.
It's your fault, Sad. Oh, let's take the mark one, it would be great.
Despite being a marker, I think we did a very good job blending into the background there.
Surely he must have seen us.
If he has, he's not bothered. And until he gets in his car, however much he's drunk, he's done nothing wrong.
There was two fellas on the pavement, you couldn't work out which was which. One was walking from the pub with a blue carrier bag, which, rightly or wrongly, I assumed there might have been more cans. And the other one is very animated, waving his hands around.
The cops are convinced one of the men is going to get back in the car and drive. It's just a matter of waiting and watching.
Got him clear.
Clear, nothing like it.
The waiting has paid off.
I couldn't see because of that. You swine.
Every time.
Broken nose.
It's not funny. A copper relies on his nose to sniff out drivers who've been drinking.
Thanks, man. Hi, Louis.
Louis, the driver, has been caught red-handed.
Hello, buddy. How are you doing? Good, man. I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you why we've stopped you. Someone's rung in, tell us that you've had a couple of drinks and you might be driving your car.
Well, I've just left the house.
You've just left the house, have you?
Minutes.
Is it? How much you had to drink? Because I can smell a bit on you.
Oh, yeah.
You've had some, have you?
Oh, yeah, I'd half a can.
Half a can.
Half a can, because the half's still there now.
Do me a favour.
Yes, sir.
Come and sit with me in my car. We'll give you a quick... I'll get your keys, look.
Sure.
If you come and jump in our car for 2 minutes...
He was a very animated character, lively. Through speaking to him initially, I could smell the faint smell of alcohol.
If you jump in the back, look.
The impact had cleared the whatever was up there, so I could just about smell it. And yeah, he admitted to having half a can.
Well, that's someone rang you up, you said?
I was trying to find out who it was when we were coming up here, mate.
I nipped to the shop because I would never, ever want to be banned, you know, with my car at that time.
Absolutely. How old are you, buddy?
57. Do I look it?
You look like a rolling stone.
I've had it all over the world, officer. Portugal,
have you?
Spain, wherever I go, they all go Mickey Jagger, Mickey Jagger, Mickey Jagger.
I can see it.
Can you? I got my photographs everywhere.
He's a nice bloke, you know, he had that sort of old-aged rocker look about him.
Mickey Jagger's not the only Rolling Stone the man's mistaken for.
Keith.
Yeah, I got a T-shirt with Keith on the draw line. Yeah, but he looks a bit rough though, don't he?
Yeah, I said he looked like Mick Jagger, but then obviously it was brought up that he looked more like Keith Richards, which I don't think he liked.
What I'm going to need you to do is take a nice big deep breath
and blow until I tell you to stop.
Off the car, fella.
Keep going. A bit harder.
Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going. Top man. That's a souvenir for you.
Oh, thanks very much.
He blew 5. I mean, the legal limit's 35, and that's only an indicating device anyway, so obviously he was way under the limit.
Looks are clearly deceiving. Whoever grasped on the man was mistaken.
I'm not doing I.
Yeah, you've passed it with flying colours.
Thank you very much. I was telling the truth, officer. I don't lie. Honest.
No. Blow me down.
Who's your mate in the van? Is he had a drink?
Well, he's a boy I've known him for a long, long time, and no, he hadn't had a drink. But he even said to me, Lawrence, he calls me Louis, like the car.
Louis?
He goes, Louis, there's a T5 across the road.
He must have been drinking it. It's a BM.
I explained to him straight away why we'd stopped him. Someone had obviously seen his demeanour, which was a bit sort of, you know, animated, and put 2 and 2 together, came up with 5.
I'm not bullshitting now. I've spoken to quite a few policemen, and at least you two are half-tidy when you speak.
Really half-tidy, mate.
3/4 tidy.
I can't fault members of the public for reporting things like that. I'd rather get 100 reports like that a night than people to stop phoning in totally. We need people to be our eyes and ears and to tell us where things are happening and where things are going on.
Thank you, sir.
He wasn't particularly happy about being stitched up, but I think he appreciated what we were doing.
No worries, mate.
Okay.
Take it easy. Take it easy, buddy.
Do my car as well, because look at the baby. That's my pride and joy.
Wales is the land of castles. It's got more than 400 of them. The one overlooking Merthyr Tydfil, Cyfarthfa Castle, famously once hosted a concert by another rock and roll grandfather, Donny Osmond. Traffic cop PC Paul Stanley Baxter has been called up to the castle after another tip-off from security that some youngsters are misbehaving there.
The security guard stated that he had already asked these people to leave, but they were still there. They mentioned as well that there was some wheel spinning going on. There was concerns that the driver may have been consuming alcohol. It's quite a common problem where youngsters who are not perhaps old enough to go out to pubs and clubs, they go to, or get other people to go to the local off licence to buy their cans and bottles for them, and they then find somewhere out of the way where they can then consume it.
At this time of night, the lonely castle seems an ideal place. Although right outside the front door is not so clever.
On my arrival there, the car was stationary and it was the passengers that were milling around there.
Can you watch your back for a minute, please, Right. How old are you, Anne?
Stan is only concerned about the ones who were in the car.
Can you take your dog in, bud? Won't ask again, innit? Come on, Anne. Annie, were you going with him?
I'll be now, John.
There we are. Who's in the car? Right, we'll go then, please. Where do you go in?
Huh?
You were in the car, weren't you?
Yeah.
Right, come here then. Go on then, bud. Right, you 5 are in the car. How old are you?
17.
How old are you?
After November 01.
17, 16.
20. After November 01, driver.
What's the cans? How old are you?
Thank you. Off you 180 code 1.
What's the cans? Whose are they?
Mine.
Right. Wait a minute now, I got echo going on here, have I? I asked him, he said who it is, and you will now tell me that he was.
It's long been illegal for underage children to spend their pocket money on booze.
Do you want to pass him here for a minute?
But it's only recently that the cops have been able to do anything about it if they're caught drinking in public. Stan's exercising his newly acquired powers.
You've got a 16-year-old with you, a 17-year-old pregnant girl there as well.
If they're in a public place and they are committing antisocial behaviour, we then have the power to confiscate the alcohol from them.
It doesn't matter, but
I will tip out any half-consumed bottles or cans or whatever in front of those people.
I tell you what is relevant, the law in relation to drinking alcohol, which is 18 years of age.
Yeah, I'm 18.
Right.
I'm 18 now.
Huh?
That's my last can.
Is it? Well, know what you've got to do, don't you? You've got to drink it in the company of other people who are 18 and over. You can't drink it in the company of 16-year-olds.
That's what it was in the bag for, man. I weren't drinking it.
You was just drinking one. One was open and one was open with him.
I weren't drinking the can, but...
Right, let's rewind now a little bit, right?
Yeah.
He was holding 2 cans. He was holding 2 cans. Oh, it's okay now, is it?
Yeah,
right, thanks a lot.
I just had to go and buy more when I... No, just saying.
Either you're just being stupid, but right, or you're taking a mick. Let's hope that you're being stupid, because if you're taking a mick, you can join me. All right?
No, it's all I say is I can buy more.
Yeah, you can buy more, but if you're with 16 and 17-year-olds, I'll tip them out like I just did now.
You don't necessarily have to if the cans or bottles are unopened, but I tend to open them and show them in front of them that the alcohol has gone.
PC Baxter likes his drink on the rocks.
They may think that I was being unfair, but what swayed me as well was the young girl that was there.
The girl is underage and pregnant.
If you want to drink alcohol, that's fine when you're over 18. Right, but as I said, you're in the company of a 16-year-old, a couple of 17-year-olds.
That's why it was on the floor full.
There's every likelihood that you are going to drink it, isn't it?
What?
In the company that you are now.
No.
There we are then. I tell you what to do the best is, right? Can you make your way from the area?
I always said the light.
No, I think it's best now because you're starting to aggravate the situation. Yeah, the gate is our way, look. Yeah, start walking our way, look.
The Garvey little one is a classic reason why this law is there. Is because, yeah, he may be 18, but obviously, and he can buy the cans legally. But you can just see how he can aggravate a situation and be a bit of a ringleader.
Where there's drink,
watch your back.
There might be drugs.
Smoked it all, have you? Smoked it all. The cannabis you had in here?
No.
Well, you have been smoking in here at some stage. Are you telling me you're not?
Yeah, I'm telling you not.
There was certainly paraphernalia in the car that I would associate with cannabis. The car inside needed a valet, to say the least.
I smoke cannabis as well, no?
Huh?
I smoke cannabis as well, no? I don't smoke cannabis, mate.
I was asking you a question. That's all. All right,
I'm sorry,
if you jump in the back of the car, please. Round there.
Any side?
Yeah, round here. There's only room for 4 passengers in the car, not 5. And I've already asked you to go.
Yeah, I know.
You. Yeah, because you had nothing to do with the car. Ta-da.
The ones that obviously couldn't fit in the car, I made sure that they went.
You want to drink at all tonight?
No.
There are all the signs of cannabis. There's been cannabis use in our vehicle, right? There are Rizzler papers in there with bits of the car, but it's been... And you rip the parts of the Rizzler paper, do you?
When I haven't got no filter.
He didn't appear to be impaired enough for me to take any further action in relation to it.
Have you got any points in your licence?
Yeah, I got 6.
Right. And how long
Stan's taking no action with regard to drugs, but he still suspects the driver may have had a drink.
OK, take a nice deep breath and blow in the tube till I tell you to stop.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right? Keep it going, keep it going. OK.
That's a deep breath, huh?
This is one. OK, that's 0.
Although he hadn't had a drink, the breath test was negative. The others had had a drink And there was no doubt that the others had drawn attention to the car being in there and him being in there.
Stan's going to let the youngsters go.
Is your mother aware?
But only after one of his lectures.
Well, I would have thought she's aware that you're pregnant, isn't it? Aware that you're down here now drinking at this time of night.
I ain't drinking.
But the people you're with are.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It concerns me because you're heavily pregnant.
You know, you've got concerns for her. I don't think for 1 minute that they would have done anything intentionally, but a bit of horseplay, especially with alcohol concerned. I don't think that was the right group to be with at that time.
OK. All right then, Matt?
And then I made sure that the car and his passengers then left.
"25 miles south of Merthyr, in Cardiff, it's PC Ben Thomas's turn in the driving seat. He's seen two cars coming towards him, speeding round the corner. One's a Citroën Zara, the other a Peugeot 106, a boy racer's favourite. Their driving has left PC Thomas with no choice but to try and catch them and bring them to book. But his patrol car's not souped up, and they're not hanging around.
It's not renowned for their handling, they're more of a family motor. And it is a bit bouncy around the corners, but I was doing my best to try and keep up with them. Followed them up onto Rover Way. Obviously just caught their tail lights, but from the speed I was travelling, I could see that they must have been travelling, because I wasn't making any ground on them. They must have been travelling in excess of 60, 65 miles an hour, you know, which is twice the speed limit for that road. There they are.
The drivers are overtaking each other, treating this quiet back route as if it's a racetrack.
A car could appear from nowhere, not expecting these little, you know, rockets to be coming down Rover Way. I overtook the Zara because, from my view, the person who committed the more serious offences at that time was the Peugeot. We did a couple of circuits of the roundabout before he finally realised it was him I wanted to have a little chat with.
You stay there!
I think he realised that his world was coming to a swift end. You know, his driving career was temporarily over.
Give me your keys. I may as well throw them in the river. Your car?
Yeah, in my mum's name.
In your mum's name? Shall I go and have a chat with Mummy now, shall we? Shall we? Yeah. Give your mate a ring. And if you can't get hold of him, you can tell me who he is and where he lives, because I'll go and have a chat with him now as well.
PC Thomas is really not happy with the lad, even though he's something in common with him, his love of motors.
I had a touch of the rally driver about him. He'd stripped out the back seats, the carpets, the inlay in the doors. He'd stripped it basically down to bare metal, the dashboard, and he'd fitted two, I think they were Sparco racing seats, which you'd find in, you know, high-powered race vehicles, and with all along with 5-point safety harnesses. And you've got to think, well, why is he doing that? You know, that's not just for show. He obviously drives like that on a regular basis if he thinks he needs that much equipment in the car.
Get in the car. And the other side in the back.
I think he realised that he had a good bollocking coming. Yes, I do puff out my chest, shout, scream, but then I bring it down and have a chat with him in the back of the car. I don't feel you can get your point across unless sometimes you raise your voice.
What on earth do you think you were doing?
PC Thomas may well be known for his wife's muffins, but he certainly isn't for his leniency.
Pointless getting upset, mate. You're the one with the stupid right foot that kept pressing your accelerator. How long have you been driving?
I had to reset my test. I got 10 points.
You got 10 points now? Oh, there we are then. Because the least I could do for you is give you a ticket for speeding. And that's going to give you, oh, lo and behold, 13. So you're going to have to retake your test again. keep having to pick up the pieces after people like you.
Yeah, it seems a very blunt way of speaking to someone, and some people might think it's rude, condescending, but I wanted to get my point across.
Driving licence?
Yeah. You can rest assured, if you've got 10 points already, this is gone, all right?
Okay.
And if I had a shredding machine, I'd just save you the time of going to court and just put this straight through it. This is the second time now you've lost your driving licence. Yeah?
Yeah.
What's it going to take for you to start driving? You've got a little Peugeot, right? And you obviously think you're a bit of a... I'm not having a personal go at you, right?
Boy racer.
But you obviously think you're a boy racer because you've stripped out all the seats. You've got a couple of Recaro racing seats, 5-point harnesses, and have you got a roll cage in it yet?
No.
Well, I suggest you, if you do start driving again, I suggest you put one in there. Because that thing is going to end up shiny side down. Yeah?
Yeah.
With all 4 wheels merrily spinning in the air while you're sliding down the road.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to lose your licence, right? There's no getting away from it. I'm not letting you carry on driving without something happening to you.
Yeah.
The lad's going to be facing a charge of driving without due care and attention. And his mum.
Are you going to tell her about this?
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
No, you're going to have to, aren't you? You're going to have to face the rap of your mother. Which, if she's anything like my mother, will be worse than having to go to court. Yeah? I think, judging by your face, that's the case.
Probably going to just break down in tears or something.
Sure what?
Probably just going to break down in tears or something.
Well, yeah, but you're 18 years old. You're still alive. The car is still in one piece. And more importantly, you haven't killed anyone else or hurt anyone else. You understand?
Yeah.
Ear bashing over, the boy's free to go.
They obviously don't realise the full extent of the injuries you can cause with a car. And unfortunately for myself and my colleagues, all we tend to do is pick up the pieces of a lot of youngsters who have learned the hard way.
In Merthyr Tydfil, following his castle caper, PC Stan Baxter is back on patrol. Another youngster in front of him is driving strangely.
What's that about?
He's going to find out.
All right, bud?
I noticed as well then that he wasn't wearing a seatbelt and neither was his front seat passenger.
Do you want to pull in, bud? Just over there, please.
I was virtually in the middle of the road and it wasn't a safe location either.
Do you want to pull in just the other side of that sign, please?
So what I wanted him to do was pull forward just a short distance, just to have a chat to him.
But the driver doesn't seem to have the time to chew the fat with Stan.
His speed was accelerating rather than decelerating. Immediately then, you know that he's not stopping.
Tango Echo 71, authorised driver, an authorised vehicle, Lower High Street, Merthyr, failing to stop, Bravo Foxtrot 05, Alpha Echo November, speed 70, 70 miles an hour.
PC Baxter is a highly trained pursuit officer. His running commentary will enable his colleagues to get to the scene while his dynamic risk assessment keeps the control room aware of the danger.
DRA is green.
Oddly, this one's at the low end of the scale.
If they're failing to stop for you, they want to get away from you at all costs. And they will, carry out dangerous manoeuvres, do breakneck speeds. But in this case, there was just none of that involved. I don't think he did exceed the speed limit at all. Just unusual. Totally unusual.
Tango Echo 71, 2 male occupants in the vehicle, not known to me. The driver is wearing a white beanie type hat. Tango Echo 7.
Didn't seem to fit any of the normal categories. Stolen vehicle or drink driver or just didn't fit them.
Whiskey Oscar 99 is en route to me. He's probably about 6-7 minutes away from me at the moment.
Whiskey Oscar 99 is the call sign of the police helicopter.
Yeah, Whiskey Oscar 99, Whiskey Oscar 99 over.
Tango Echo 71, it's Dowless High Street in the general direction of Penadaran. Speed 30 miles an hour. DRA is amber. 71 over.
Okay, 71.
The driver's never going to outrun the chasing traffic car, so he's heading for the back streets to get away.
Tango Echo 7-1, Dowless Rugby Club, Dowless Rugby Club. 7-1.
Still unable to shake Stan off, he's going to see what he's like in a foot race.
The few yards that I did do, he was outpacing me, so I thought better of it.
Luckily, Whiskey Oscar 99 is right on cue.
I changed tactics pretty quickly then, and thought my best bet would be go back to the car and see who the passenger was.
Okay, put your flag out, please.
How many passenger?
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Well, we don't know that at the moment, do we?
Not, I'm telling you, it's not.
Well, why fail to stop?
Well, you'll have to ask him that.
The car wasn't registered to that address, so the passenger was initially arrested as being allowing himself to be carried in possibly a stolen vehicle. He wasn't too happy about it, but at the end of the day, until I've continued doing my inquiries and found out different, he was coming with me.
And that means accompanying Stan on a manhunt.
Tango Echo 7 when he's run back towards Dowless Rugby Club.
Yeah, just to the stand, on the 465 was Dowless Park. You really sorted.
He's heading for the wilds of the moors.
You're under arrest at the moment, but on suspicion of taking and driving away with that motor vehicle.
Me?
Yeah, because you're in the vehicle, see? He's run across here and back across towards the field.
Right.
The car is abandoned up on one of the front of the houses. I got a passenger, but it's the driver. He's wearing a white shirt and a white type beanie hat.
One of the officers who made his way to the area sighted him in the distance wearing this white clothing.
The missing man's not the only one who's heard the call of nature.
So if we get off to a piss?
No, not at the moment, but...
So if you piss in the back of the car then?
Yeah, by all means you do that and you'll be done for criminal damage, okay? Okay?
I'm asking him. Baxter, I'm asking him.
You're under arrest at the moment and I can't allow you to have to go to the toilet at the moment, okay? When I can, you will be allowed to.
As luck would have it, relief is just around the corner.
There's our friend.
Can I get up and have a piss now?
Well, there you go.
He wasn't dressed to evade capture by the police, I think.
It's your car, is it?
Which one?
The car that you just run from?
Yeah.
It's your car?
Yeah.
Because your friend has been arrested, the boy who's in the car, on suspicion of taking drive of that vehicle. Why did you run off then?
Pissed off.
Pissed off? Why?
Because you stopped me. I said, can you put your seatbelt on?
Yeah.
I said yes. I put it on, and then he wanted to stop me again.
It's a rather unlikely reason for starting a pursuit.
Come in here.
Stan's not convinced.
Jump out then. Swap places, you kept the seat warm for you.
What is he? Fucking stop.
He's de-arrested and let go then. Once it was confirmed, we had said that it was his car. There was no power there to detain the passenger any longer.
Would you always take the cuffs off or not?
Yes, please. You shouldn't have been on in the first place.
Well, we've got to make inquiries, which we've got to do, haven't we?
I was very sorry to part company with him. A friendship was starting to blossom at that point, so it was a pity to cut it short.
All right?
Yep, thank you very much.
No problem. All the best. Have you had a drink tonight?
2 pointers, washing darts.
Okay, I require you to provide me with a breath test now, right?
He certainly didn't give me any outward indications that he was drunk or over the drink drive limit.
Brett, what's your first name now?
Jamie.
Take a deep breath, Jamie, and blow into the tube until I tell you to stop. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Okay. 42, which is a failure, okay?
2 points.
Well, it's shown me 42, the legal limit being 35.
Perhaps the real reason he failed to stop is out.
You're under arrest now.
Yeah.
For on suspicion of drink driving. Yeah. All right, push your legs. He's just over the drink drive limit. Why he's driven like he has? Because obviously he believes that he was over the limit, otherwise he would have stopped. So take him into Merthyr now and see what he shows down there.
It's approaching 11 p.m, one of the busiest times for the CCTV control room operators. In Cardiff, all eyes are out for drunken revelry that may turn into street violence. But it's two men behaving furtively that has grabbed their attention. They've got no idea Big Brother is watching them. And sure enough, they're up to something. They're stealing road signs. It could be a prank, or it could be to melt them down and sell them as scrap. Either way, the traffic cops are being alerted. The men in a Subaru are in for a big surprise. Sergeant Patalano and PC Thomas are in the area, as is another of the night shift, PC Glyn Cantor, who's already spotted the car.
He's just past me now, going through Lambeth Village.
Yeah, that's no. Which way is he going?
Towards the pineapple club, next to the Balfour.
Yeah, good Balfour.
PC Cantor was a little bit closer than us, and he managed to get behind the vehicle pretty much straight away. We heard him checking and found it was a Subaru Impreza, which is obviously quite a rapid little car.
Glenn's behind it now.
He hadn't spooked them by trying to stop them. What he did was obviously check where we were.
Coming straight towards us. That way, that way.
We thought if they don't stop, then we need to be in a position where we can assist. We're always trying to think that one step ahead. We don't want this pursuit to start in the first place because they're extremely dangerous things. So if we can prevent one from starting, that is the gold model for us.
If you get by here now, we wait by here.
Yeah. Stinger there.
Yeah.
A stinger across the road will stop the approaching Subaru if it fails to stop for PC Cantor.
Got the opportunity to park up just ahead of where Glyn was coming. I'll get it. Ben got out with the stinger.
It's basically an extendable mat of hollow spikes, which, when deployed and when they enter the tyre, they let the tyre down safely.
Yeah, I mean, I got a stinger by Summerfield if you want to attempt to stop it in a sec.
Yeah, just approaching Summerfield now. Stand by, I'll stop the vehicle.
Di, what's that?
Stand by, yeah, just signal to stop.
The Subaru and PC Cantor are coming into sight.
And then Glyn tried to stop it.
Pulling in.
What is the exact location of the vehicle?
And fortunately, it did. So I still haven't got my wings when it comes to the stinger.
PC Thomas's big moment is a big bust. The Subaru's pulled over up ahead.
My concern then is getting up to Glyn and making sure that he's okay with these two detained.
The road sign thieves had no idea the cops were onto them. If they had, they might have given them a run for their money in their Subaru.
Anything else in the boot, or?
But now their game is up.
What do you want to do with him, Glyn? Do you want to leave him on the... We'll get a van to take him back to Whitchurch? What, do you want to photograph it in situ?
It is a serious offence. 99% of the time, road signs are out, and they are there for a reason. Yeah? They're there protecting a great big hole in the road or diverting traffic in a certain direction to avoid danger.
Okay. Do they belong to you? Okay, after caution, tell you don't have to say anything, for it may harm a defence. Not mention when questions something you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. You're under arrest, okay? Suspicion of theft of these signs, okay, and interfering with road signs. Do you understand? Okay. Is there anything on you shouldn't have? Okay. Take the seatbelt off.
And one of these signs was a road closed sign, which would suggest that whatever works were going on, they were serious enough to have closed the road completely.
Just be around across the front there.
These kids have taken that warning away from the public, therefore putting innocent drivers in potential danger.
Yeah, he's been searched. He's just searching around now.
With the two lads being taken into custody, PC Thomas is going to be in his element.
I'll be careful with this now, driving it back to Fairwater.
driving their car for them back to the nick.
A World Rally copy car, which is a 2-litre turbo car, which is very, very quick for what it is. And they'd put a nice big spoiler on the back and put wheels on it and put some bright turbo pressure dials in it and stuff. I love cars. I've had my fair share. Obviously, I didn't drive in excess of the speed limit.
At the police station in Merthyr, Jamie, the man in the beanie hat captured on the moors, has been brought in to be put on the intoxilizer machine.
I pulled alongside Jamie and spoke to him.
He's handed over all of his possessions, as he's required to do, apart from his hat.
He was very reluctant to part company with his hat.
And for good reason. He's half cut.
I don't think anybody will style himself on Jamie's haircut. He'd gone out for a drink halfway through having an haircut, which puzzles me because anybody else would have finished the haircut first. The reasons why he failed to stop was that he was frustrated, not at the police, but the passenger that he had picked up. The boy had given him petrol money to drop him off at a certain location, and then the boy has changed that location on 3 occasions. And I think he was a bit frustrated at him and cheesed off with him, and he thought he was being taken a bit of a mug. Okay, Jim, nice deep breath and 1 continuous breath into the machine. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Oh, dear.
31 and 28. 28 being the lowest reading. All right?
In the time it's taken since Jamie was breathalyzed beside his car, he's gone from being just over to just under the limit. He won't be done for drink driving.
So, what you want to do now is slap yourself across the face for being so stupid.
But he does face questioning about why he failed to stop for the police.
You are going to be spoken to regarding that, Jim, right? And if it's convenient at the moment, because custody's busy, it's a Friday night, we might put a quick interview into you now.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
Jamie may still lose his licence for not stopping for Stan, but if he does, it won't make any difference to his livelihood.
Do you still work in the taxis, then?
No, it's not me.
Why?
Because my missus had a baby.
Aye?
Because he's got altogether about 20 things wrong with him. CMV.
Not very well, is he?
No, he's got epilepsy, CMV. No, that kind of Prime Minister that his son died.
Oh, Dale Cameron, is it?
Yeah, that's what my son got.
Is it?
Yeah.
As the picture was unfolding and what had gone on that night, it was just, I was feeling more and more sorry for him.
The men who were caught on CCTV stealing road signs in Cardiff have also arrived in custody.
Have you ever been arrested before, Mark? Never?
It turns out their motive may not have been to make a quick buck after all.
They gave the reason that they were into banger racing, and I believe they were using the large aluminium signs to cover up sunroofs and windows of cars to protect them while driving around on a banger circuit. What sort of detail have you got on the cameras?
The footage from the CCTV cameras will be all important in helping to convict the men.
How good a shot has it got of the actual scene? Were the road signs up? Were they covering any sort of roadworks or anything like that?
Interfering with a traffic sign is a specific offence that the police don't take lightly.
What Glyn's doing, he's going to see the inspector about authorising 2 searches because they've been arrested. And we'll just pop up the houses now and just do some quick searches of houses in case they've got some other signs or anything else of a theft nature.
His mum came down to see me, wasn't happy with what they felt was a massive overkill by the police. Obviously I sat down with them and went through, well, there was only 2 traffic cars and they were there because of the potential for the car failing to stop.
Jamie, the lad who did fail to stop, has managed to tug at Stan's heartstrings and cadged a lift home from him to his pregnant partner.
When I turned up at his home address, she was there waiting for him. We'll have a quick chat inside. What's your name, man?
Jamie. We both Jamie.
You both Jamie?
Yeah.
Ah, that's confusing, isn't it?
Tough decision, isn't it?
I bet you looked for him, didn't you? Because you wanted a boyfriend with the same name. Huh? Don't tell me the puppy's name is Jamie as well now.
No.
How many puppies you got here then?
2, one there, one there. The baby, because he's bad.
Right. But he's a stupid boy, isn't he?
Should have kept him here for punishment.
He's under drink driving.
No.
Right.
He can't drink to save his life.
Well, two pints to put him over. Since he was detained and arrested, he's been very cooperative and very sorry, I expect. Because you don't drive, do you?
No. Every time I go to pass my test, I end up getting pregnant, so...
Oh, that's not good. How many have you got then?
One upstairs and one on the way.
Is it all right pregnant as well now?
6 months.
Jamie's got another confession for his partner, his DIY haircut.
I had to go.
I'd like to think that he was treated fairly and he was shown compassion as best that I could.